Hello everyone, this is Paula. I was assigned Ggplot 2. Ggplot 2 is a visual representation of data in a graphical format which enhances our abilities to see patterns and trends. We can actually code R so that we can see these patterns and trends. However, Ggplot has a very intuitive way of actually representing the data where we would not have to label the X. For example, the X label, Y label, it actually does that for us, legends and everything else of that nature. Ggplot has what's called a gram of graphics. The gram of graphics is 7 different layers, which are the themes, coordinates, statistics, facets, geometries, aesthetics, and data. I'm going to head over to R so that you can see the information that I actually learned from this. I'm going to take a look first at cancer and smoking, and I already set my working directory and I'm called in the code that's going to be used by Ggplot. As you can see here, this is the data that represents the information for cancer. This is the total amount of cigarettes smoked per day. This is the total amount of cancer based on that information. So right now, the first thing you need to do is to tell Ggplot where to find the information, and the information is found in data. I'm going to create an aesthetics. This aesthetics is going to be where I have the X label, the X independent variable as cigarettes, and the dependent variable as cancer, and assign that to long. When I print that information, the only thing it actually is going to print is a grid. But as you can see here, my X label is going to be the information that was in the header for X, which is cigarette smokes, and the Y label will be cancer. It takes into consideration the data with the max and mins, and it plots this grid based on it. The next thing I'm going to do is actually tell Ggplot to take that information and now take the points, the coordinates, and actually plot it in red and give me also a smooth graph, which I think is very nice. It's so simple in terms of the coding. And as you can see here, I have all of the plotted information as well as the linear regression model. Ggplot also does a very good job of graph and histograms. So in this case, I'm going to take the data, which is from smoking, and we're going to plot cigarettes. We're going to make a histogram of it, and this histogram is going to be filled in purple, and the outer lines is going to be in white, and a total of 20 bins. So this is what it looks like. And again, it always does everything, the X label and Y label for you. The max and mins takes everything into consideration. A couple of more things that Ggplot does, which I think is very beneficial, is categorizing information based on creating legends for it. So here I'm going to take the data. This data is based on reduced calorie, based on gender. So I'm going to call in the data for reduced calorie. My X is going to be the amount of calories that the individual male and female ate before. Excuse me, the Y is going to be their amount of reduction, and Ggplot is going to assign the color based on the gender. I don't have to assign anything, it will do it automatically. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that information that I've pulled in based on the gender, and what we're going to do is plot that information. So the information will be plotted based on the gender, and as you can see, we have a legend which Ggplot automatically does for us, categorizing the female and the male. The other thing it does nicely is also a histogram. So for example, if I wanted to do a histogram based on the gender and have it pulled together so I can see it on top of each other, it will give me that histogram information. But if I decided that I wanted to separate out the female and male and clearly have a good clear picture of exactly what's happening individually, I can do what's called a facet. This facet is going to take the histogram and it's going to break it up, and it's going to have the same in terms of bins at the bottom and categorize it by male and female, but it's going to break it up based on gender as this code shows. And this is what it will look like. As you can see here, this is for the male, this is for the female, and it categorize all of the information based on the data in that data set. And it has it, vertical. Ggplot is a very efficient way of actually representing data, and it really is a very good intuitive way of showing what can be done. Thank you.